early game and not try and match their late game prowess.
So why don't we dip a toe into game number 1 and see if Belt Slap is able to move their way into that late game. Okay, obviously the favorite team here in this matchup, and I'm excited to see how they're able to kind of pick.
Two different types of itemization though for these junglers. Kali, you're going to be looking for that auto attack based itemization, executioner, chin size, maybe an Odysseus bow we've seen thrown in there quite a bit, which I like.
Oh, Spirit of the Nine Winds flies through. Plenty of damage on Nakalis. Trix Tank has him locked in, but an epic uppercut kills for him just a little bit. I'm a Monster crashes down. They haven't finished off the kill on Nakalis just yet, but that's a big stun down into the back line. Johnny has rejoined the fight, and that's first blood over to Belt Slap. The chase still continues, though, with Fails trying to peel himself out of this one. Pretty prime. He's going to back off as well. Enough collapse could be there. Johnny does have the jump, and they will do a little bit late on those Dharmic Pillars. If he would have prot-treaded for zeros before that ultimate landed, that would have been a different story. Wouldn't have required nearly as much commitment. But at the end of the day, no harm, no foul. First blood still done. Watch out, Arkle, though. Fails is going to return on the gank here. Airstrike is going to be used to disengage, but he gets locked down. Ultimate out from Fails. Just a little bit more damage, and he's got it. And this one is suddenly tied up. Kills one.
To really step up and kill your teammate, all you can do is zone away the damage. Don't worry about the tank. They already did their thing. Zone away the damage.
Arkle, no ultimate. Still has the beads, but won't have the time to use it as Fails jumps back in, finds his second kill in this game. So much damage from that Ganesh, though, is going to set up a great fight here as Johnny rotates back through. This is a 1-for-1 fight. Both junglers, they both have both of them Fury, things like that. You know, these jungle fights are going to be so important, and that's a great area for the Ganesh fight.
Looking for something on the left-hand side again. Arkle drops off that ultimate. That bleed gonna take
nice.
Back to base yet, so didn't have the Aegis at level 12. Hitter. Spectral armor should be on the menu at some point, or at least a McDark.
Yeah. Mystical Mail, though, picked up, interestingly enough, with those solo laners. Zero's caught down, maybe back to that in just a second. Uses the ultimate, but he's got 3 members of Freshly Forged looking at him. No escape this time. Kill number 4, not only for Freshly Forged, but for Fails as well.
Just the wrong position for Zero.
Maybe quiet game by and large. It's 20 minutes in and we have 6 kills total. You look at Deathwalker and Huyo haven't really rotated down for a lot of these fights, though. Collis locked up. Johnny gonna be silenced out. Good root from Pretty Pine this time, but not enough damage to clean up Johnny. It's a good ultimate from Trix Tank as well to provide some heal for his jungler, who's moving his way out of this fight. Joshi, ultimate up, ultimate down. No kills just yet. Johnny actually looking to re-engage onto Joshi, who finds the kill instead. Arkle is going to swoop his way right on through. He's got a low health Callus in the back line. Suddenly that rage could find itself a couple of stacks, but Callus gets out alive. Trix Tank with a big silence. This fight is sloppy. So many low health bars, but they turn around onto Pretty Prime. He's going to be the lowly death there for Freshly Forged, and Johnny is the one who falls for Belt Slap.
Man, French teammates not exactly getting the best rep right now. First you got Rudy Gobert, and now you've got Arkle body blood.
Joshi has on Fails, whereas there's, you know, more assists kind of spread out evenly over the Belt Slap side. Blink through, epic uppercut from Atlas. Nice crush stacked down onto Arkle. Poor guy falls for his 4th time this game. There's not much you can do about that.
I know very quickly achieve a long hail.
They're pinging the long lane because Deathwalker isn't there, but he has that upgraded teleport, so he's going to be able to move right back in onto a ward. Spirit of the Nine Winds catches down onto Collis, and Deathwalker, he's here fresh off the teleport, and he drops down the cage to lock in a few, but Trix Tank, he's doing the same as well. Suddenly Fails, melted down, has to move out of this fight. Arkle has a bit of the bodyguard status, moving himself back away from Deathwalker as Huyo is going to do some zoning for himself as well. Low health bars for Belt Slap. The Freshly Forged, the important number.
Shard. Obsidian Shard is your next ability gets an extra 10% 10. You want to be leading with either that Whirlwind or the ultimate if you're trying to lead on.
Well, with Fails back at base, this could be a great fight for Belt Slap, but it starts out just that way. Deathwalker, he's gone as well. Alice, so low health. Trix Tank is going to move in, look to maybe finish off the kill. Abilities used for Peel there, and they're not able to grab the kill onto Callus. But one more time, they have themselves a 5v4 advantage with Fire Giant started. Trix Tank doing his best to just play zone.
Joshi gonna dash in though, Trix getting low.
Oh no!
Down about half HP. Joshi, I don't know about all that, King.
He felt so confident there for just a second, and his hopes and dreams are dashed to the wayside as he's back in base for 50 or so seconds. Fails his skier. Fire Giant still pulled out. Johnny, he's taking too much damage. This could be a beautiful fight for Fails. If he wants to try to turn something around, he does grab one onto zeros, but that might be all she wrote. His Fire Giant is going to call everyone about close to even. Some good flow damage onto Julio. I don't think he expected to take quite that much, and he has to move himself backwards. Palace maybe overextends just a little bit too much. Into the passive he goes as Johnny. He completes this, wants to jump himself into these fights. Zero's got some good peel here. Suddenly, Belt Slap. They've turned their attention to the lines of freshly forged. Spear to the 9 wins, flies through, doesn't find any kills. Pretty Prime, he's caught in the pit with Johnny. He cleans up that kill. Palace is back on respawn, so the numbers still close by. Fails is as well back behind the pit. Could be looking for the sneaky steal here. Locked down is Palace, and he's turned his attention back onto Arkle. Trickstank has a good enough ultimate to provide some heal. Spear to the 9 wins, flies through. Plenty of damage over onto Fails, and Joshi absolutely melted by Johnny in the backline as Deathwalker picks up the kill onto Zero. So mid laner down now from Belt Slap as the scales rather maybe tilting for Freshly Forged. Talk about objective secure, but Fails. No escape from this one. Numbers right back for Belt Slap. They got a 4v3.
That's big to get zeros off the board, though, by Freshly Forged. That's a good lesson to all Smite players. If we know we can't contest if they've got great secure, let's just take the secure out of the picture, and now we've got a better fight for ourselves. Problem is, I don't have the time to really get into secure himself.
Deathwalker was looking for a potential steal there and is able to jump himself out, so at least he doesn't die. But it did get Belt Slap off the Fire Giant that is now back to about full health, but they don't care. They found the kill on a Deathwalker and Pretty Prime right back from base, right back into the pit with Belt Slap, and Julio resets that death timer for him. Palace is going to move his way back beneath this tier 2, but then much more off that early game lead. Deathwalker's going to jump back behind his Phoenix, but we talked about the junglers needing to make a difference, and Johnny, he's moved himself to a more attractive slash line.
8-1, Collie, that's impressive.
Julio, he finds himself under the left side. Phoenix caged down from Deathwalker. Zeros going to poke away just a little bit of damage here. Stunned down his Trix tank. Spear to the 9 wins ready. Might not need it though as Joshi. He goes down. Left side Phoenix, it's going to fall as well. One member down for 60 seconds. Titan potentially under attack here. Aggro, they've got enough damage. Titan is going to fall here, and it looks like Belt Slap are going to take game number 1.
Well, it's looking close though, Dave. Prime putting up a good defense.
I wouldn't lead you astray. Come on.
Not enough. I know, Dave. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have questioned you, man. Easy end as usual. They're
certainly not a bad
time,
Guardian, but
really good.
One for Freshly Forged to pivot over to. Game number 2 about to get underway here. And Aggro, I am curious as we look towards maybe that long lane. You talk about early game lockdown between a
Mage's Blessing. In my mind, it's really it's not a question of Hunter's Blessing versus Mage's Blessing for Uller. It's do I want Trans 2 or Trans 1 with Mage's Blessing.
Watch out. Arkle didn't have the secondary stun just yet, but he's got the lead and he's got First Blood onto Joshi. The potential finally we pick band in most of the games. Maybe more on that in just a moment. Julio is low, but he's going to use his ultimate. The cavalry is here. 3 members rotate. Oh! Deleted! Deathwalker, you blinked, you missed it. And he blinked just for a second as Arkle finds his second kill of this game by that purple buff. Things have gone from bad to worse in a blink of an eye here for Freshly Forged.
Beautiful CC chain by that right side of the map here for Belt Slap. That was absolutely perfect. And then Arkle is starting to feel it. These are the 2 versions of Arkle. He's either doing what he did in game 1 or doing this. And those are the only 2 versions.
That's the chain onto Trix Tank, and that's enough to pull that Sobek back. So silver lining amongst this, and the dash from Trix Tank is enough to keep him alive. Good shot from Deathwalker. The damage wasn't quite there.
Julio doing quite a bit of damage himself. Too early on that ultimate by Deathwalker. Mistimes his CC assault interrupted, but players have gotten so good at using him and using him effectively. I think that he's a strong pick.
Watch out, Collis, though. He's locked down by Johnny here. The flick back into the Spirit of the 9 wins. Won't connect, but Zeros gets the kill nonetheless. Fails. Takes to the skies. Up to the pillar he goes. Dashes down, actually, looking for the kill on the Zeros, who's dancing back behind the Harpies. And he gets out alive. Johnny is here to save the day. Pretty Prime. He's looking nervous real quick as Arkle gonna jump on in. Pretty Prime melted. Kill number 7 on the board. Looking like it's 58 here, Aggro. Joshi uses the active. Not enough to keep him alive there. He goes back to base as well.
Man, at the end of the day,
dash off. So Fail's still safe for the time being. Does have the ultimate if he needs to use it for some disengage, and that's what we see here. Chain number 1 connects on the Trix tank, but CC immunity as he goes underground, so no kills from the fruition just yet. But Fails does use the ultimate. That is down now as Johnny is looking to move right back around the backside. Fails. He might be looking free. Dashes to his team. Johnny finds the final kill. Arkle. He has to airstrike out. But look at the rest of Freshly Forged. They're rotating right back through.
This has got to be kills for Freshly Forged. That's how you get back in the game, is killing Arkle, who wants to at least take one more with him. He does, but he falls.
They take one to the grave, but Johnny, he is plenty healthy here, and Callus, he's quite the opposite. Kill number 3 for Johnny goes on the board.
Wearing picks and bans, and that's certainly a part of the game. But the reason that he's so highly respected is because he also has games where he looks like the best ADC in the world, and he does things like this to you on a regular basis.
Jingwei has plenty of damage to turn around, but not enough that time to grab the kill. Callus melted by Belt Slap here, so that Xing Chen, we expect impact out of that Guardian, and have found anything but here as he moves to 0-4 on the game. A good collapse there from Belt Slap in the mid lane.
I mean, the Xing Chen pick, I know I already said I would have preferred the Ares. You pick Xing Chen instead of Ares in that spot because he does a lot of the same things, but safer. As, yeah, Arkle gets to do that to you whenever he feels like it at this point.
When Joshua used the beads and wasn't able to escape death, Pretty Prime flickers away, locked down. Johnny grabs the stun onto Pretty Prime, but that's Fails, who moves in back onto Arkle, who up-downs. Double kill for the Kali. Rampaging now. I mean, that
one so far, Dave. This is kind of what we expected from Belt Slap.
No! Oh man, Joshy. Oh, but that sucks. Locked down for the 4th time this game. Caught out just
because he has to stay in bow stance in order to deal damage from a distance on the Phoenix, but has to switch to axe stance to jump. That's a bad trait, and that's the 3rd. We got it.
Yeah, but how about an Uller that is 5 levels above his counterpart, and nobody contesting the right-hand side?
Yeah, that makes that weakness less of a problem.
An inherent weakness, but not quite as big.
No, there's a big difference between inherent weakness and being up 5 levels. And the inherent weakness doesn't matter when you're up 5 levels. Any God and Smite will win with a 5 level. It doesn't matter.
Well, this is a great play, I think, by Belt Slap. They're just going to delay the backs of 4 members of Freshly Forged. You may lose this fight, but if you can just delay them getting back to base, this is going to be a free Phoenix on the right-hand side for Belt Slap. Gonna be able to knock up a couple here. Johnny is right back in on the engagement. You might get a Phoenix and you might find some kills. Fails, takes to the sky. FF is started here from Freshly Forged. FF completed. And that's maybe the easy way out here as Belt Slap takes the game and takes the set.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.